Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience. Today, you ever notice how when people talk aliens, they always go straight to Nevada? I mean, what's really happening out there, man? Let's talk about it. Area 51, Groom Lake. Black mailbox. The government says nothing to see here. But come on, dude, that's exactly what they want you to believe. Nevada's got this crazy mystique, right? Desert, isolation, secret air bases, and then you've got Bob Lazar. That guy. I had him on the podcast. He's not your average alien conspiracy nut. Dude's talking propulsion systems and element 115. I don't think he's lying. He's too awkward to be faking. He literally cried on the podcast, man. You can't fake that kind of trauma. You either believe him or you think he's full of sorrows. But his story never changed. He said he worked at a facility called S4, just south of Area 51. Said they were back engineering alien spacecraft. Craft that operated on gravity manipulation. Not combustion, not jets, gravity. Dude, that changes everything. If that's true, it's game over for our physics. We've been playing checkers. They're playing interdimensional chess. But here's where it gets nuts. Other pilots started coming forward too. Navy footage started leaking. Tic Tac UFOs. 2004 USS Nimitz. Objects dropping 80,000 feet in a second. No wings, no exhaust. And they jammed radar. That's not just weird, it's hostile. The Pentagon literally made a task force, a UAP task force. Not UFOs anymore. Unidentified aerial phenomena. Gotta rebrand it to make it sound less crazy. Classic government move. Now think about this. Why Nevada? Wide open space, low population, lots of military zones. If you wanted to hide a ship, where would you put it? Not downtown LA, man. You'd put it out in the desert. That's why they say, don't trespass Area 51. Like, they'll shoot you. You can't even fly over it. Think about that. The US has laws just for that base. Not even the president can get full access. That's wild. And then there's the whole Storm Area 51 movement. You remember that, right? Facebook event gone rogue. They can't stop all of us. Yeah, they definitely could have. People showed up in tinfoil hats and Naruto ran at the gates. It was hilarious, but also kind of sad. We're all just starving for answers. That's the thing, man. People don't trust the official story anymore. Not after MKUltra, Snowden, Epstein, you name it. So when the government says, no aliens here, it's like, sure buddy, but let's go deeper. What if they're not just flying around? What if they've always been here? Ancient Sumerians, Egyptian gods? Look at the Nazca lines, man. Giant drawings only visible from the sky. Who are they for? You ever read about the Skinwalker Ranch? That's Utah, but it's on the same UFO highway. Cattle mutilations, lights in the sky, poltergeist stuff. People go insane out there. Nevada's right in the middle of all that weirdness. Even the Native American tribes had stories. Star people coming down from the heavens, shining beings. They weren't talking about dreams. They were serious. Let's talk about nuclear testing too. 1950s Nevada test site. They blew up bombs like it was the 4th of July. What if that got someone's attention? Maybe that's what triggered the UFO spike in the 50s. Roswell gets all the glory, but you dig a little deeper, Nevada's got the real secrets. That's where the toys are kept. That's where the engineers went. That's where the silence is loudest. You look at Lockheed Martin, Skunk Works. Those guys are doing next-level tech. The SR-71 Blackbird looked alien in the 1960s. What do you think they've got now? You think they're still flying fighter jets with fuel? No way. My theory? We've already reverse-engineered some of this stuff. Not all of it, but parts. Maybe fiber optics, maybe night vision. Hell, maybe even microchips. But full craft? Nah, too advanced. Like a caveman trying to fix an iPhone. And here's the crazy part. What if there's a deal? Some kind of agreement? You can experiment, just don't go public. Sounds insane, right? But how else do you explain abductions? Missing time? implant stories? Listen, I'm not saying it's all true, but I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying it deserves attention, more than just laughing it off. The government declassified over 500 pages of UFO research, DIA documents, warp drive research, wormholes, even psychic teleportation. That's not science fiction, that's government contracts. You don't spend millions on something if it's fake. And then, in 2023, Congress had hearings, whistleblowers testified under oath. We have craft, non-human origin. That's a direct quote, but the media buried it because people care more about celebrity drama. Meanwhile, something huge might be happening. Here's my real fear. All right, so let's talk about aliens in Nevada. You know, the whole Area 51 mystique has fascinated people for decades. I mean, when you think about it, Nevada is a desert of secrets. There's so much that goes on beyond the public eye. First off, Area 51 itself is emblematic of government secrecy. They say it's more than just a military base. There are whispers of extraterrestrial technology being hidden there. People believe that the US government has recovered alien spacecraft. And that's why Nevada is often connected with these alien theories. I've heard countless stories on my podcast about this. Some folks swear they've seen unexplainable lights in the sky. And these aren't your typical airplane trails. There's something otherworldly about them. It's not just about unidentified objects. It's about the possibility of life beyond Earth. Think about the vast, open skies of Nevada. They hide secrets we can barely imagine. Now, let's add a touch of skepticism into the mix. Not everyone believes in these extraterrestrial encounters, but that's what makes it even more intriguing. The unknown always sparks the imagination. There's a blend of fear and fascination here, and it ties right into our cultural psyche. I mean, the aliens in Nevada represent our yearning for answers, so what's actually up with them? Some say it's all about military experiments. Others think it's a cover-up for alien visitors. The truth may be somewhere in between. Every time I dig into the history of Area 51, there's another puzzle. And puzzles like these are at the heart of human curiosity. You know, the government historically denied even the existence of Area 51. Then suddenly, they acknowledged it. That admission only added to the mystery. It made people wonder what else is being hidden. Imagine if they had knowledge of alien life. That would revolutionize everything we know. It would change science, philosophy, and even religion. And that thought is both thrilling and daunting. Nevada, with its barren landscapes, seems like the perfect place for secrets. The desert has a way of swallowing up mysteries. It hides what the world doesn't want to see. There have been claims of crashed UFOs in the desert. Some say these relics are still being studied behind closed doors. And honestly, it's hard not to get caught up in that idea. There's something almost cinematic about it. I've listened to countless interviews with whistleblowers. They claim to have seen technology that defies explanation. Some have even reported interactions with alien beings. While such accounts are extraordinary, they challenge our understanding of reality. Every new story adds fuel to the fire of conspiracy. And who doesn't love a good conspiracy theory? It makes you question everything. What if our history is not as we think it is? What if there's a whole hidden narrative? Think about how many secrets government agencies have. Aliens in Nevada tap into that inherent distrust. That distrust makes us wonder, are we alone? Or has the government been talking to beings from other worlds? There's a cultural narrative in the US that loves the idea of covert operations. It's all wrapped up in the lore of Area 51, and that lore spreads faster than the truth. Every rumor is amplified by the mystery of the place. There have been countless reports of unexplained lights. Witnesses describe them as glowing orbs and fast-moving streaks. Some even liken them to spacecraft maneuvering in the sky. Whether you believe it or not, the accounts are compelling. I've seen video footage that makes you wonder. Even skeptics admit that something unusual is happening. But then, you hit the wall of classified information. That's where speculation meets government silence. And silence speaks louder than words. It tells a story of secrets too big to explain. Consider the era of UFO sightings in the 1940s and 50s. At that time, similar reports ignited fears of advanced technology. There was a rush to understand what the skies were hiding. Nevada now stands as a modern-day Rosetta Stone for these mysteries. The desert landscape provides a perfect canvas for the unknown. It's a place where fact and fiction blur together. I've always been captivated by that blur. The possibility of contact with the otherworldly is tantalizing. And Nevada is at the epicenter of that possibility. The idea of aliens forces us to think bigger. It challenges the limits of our science. It asks us to consider dimensions beyond our own. Think about this. What if our universe is teeming with life? What if the government already knows it? Such questions are both unsettling and exciting. Nevada becomes a symbol of potential cosmic connections. That's why discussions about aliens never get old. Every new piece of evidence reinvigorates the debate, and every secret base amplifies the allure.